Sometimes.
So I was born in good old Burlington, North Carolina.
The biggest noises.
Home of Biscuitville, the best biscuits in the entire world.
Start with the smallest sounds.
All this starts when my brother got a guitar.
And accidents.
And I was jealous, so I would sneak into his room when he wasn't around and I would play his guitar. I broke a string once.
Can lead to invention.
Learn how to change a string, and then I realized, like, oh, there's more to it than just strumming and making noise. How do these things work? And that really got me into a lot of really understanding the instrument, not just the art you make with it.
Although the art is a part of Anthony Hernandez's story.
I definitely started playing music at the age of like 14, 15, playing punk rock in a three-piece band. We were called Change the Channel. Then I started playing more heavier and aggressive music.
While he was bouncing between bands and going to college, he also found his way to a job at a music store.
Moved around a bunch with the company, landed here in Asheville. And that's, throughout that time, I kind of stopped playing music. I actually built a few amps just as kind of like a hobbyist.
Eventually making amplifiers a little more than just a hobby.
I got more and more into electronics. Our local music store, Heyday Music in downtown, they got a large supply of just empty cabinets. And they knew I was building stuff for fun. They asked me, hey, can you build some amplifiers to put in these cabinets so we can just sell them as like full-fledged combos. They would sit on the shelf for a week. Like a week-long shelf time in a music store for an amplifier is insanely short. So I realized I was onto something, and that's when I started kind of branding stuff under my dog's name, Marla. She was a little black lab mutt that came into my life, and just, yeah, she was way more deserving of a company's name than I was. Especially a company that's all about making other people happy. You know, it's like the spirit of a dog, if you will, is to just wag their tails uncontrollably and spread their joy, and that's what Marla was all about. So that's why I named the company after. Marla, Susie, and our 2 guinea pigs all passed in 2022. Rough year, but yeah, it definitely it gave me a little bit more encouragement to kind of take this and run with it. Just a little memento to her. Yeah, just, I don't know. It sucks, but there's the silver lining out of it. She's still spreading her joy. To have people saying like, I want a Marla, you know, it's like, yeah, it's awesome.
The technology that Marla is using goes back to the dawn of rock and roll.
Volume for channel 1. You really just, you take power from a wall outlet, it's coming in and it's alternating, turn it into a direct current. And then you use a guitar signal and you incorporate tubes at that point to fluctuate that direct signal to match your guitar signal. And then you feed it through a preamp and you attach a speaker to the power section, and then you just crank it as loud as you want it to go.
The racket made by Marla's namesake is being embraced by musicians in bedrooms, basements, clubs, and stages all over.
So nowadays there's like Grammy-nominated artists using my products, and people who are full-time touring musicians all using Marla amps, and it's really heartwarming, and also kind of like makes me feel like I'm doing something worthwhile in this little shop that I built. So.